大谷は LA の象徴としてシャックより上か。
正直言いたくはないんだが。
どうも大谷です。今回の舞台は野球対バスケをテーマに議論して毎回勝敗を決める討論バトル番組。そして今回も大谷選手の名前が飛び交いまくって胸が高まりました。野球側は歯に衣着せぬ元 MLB 選手コーディ・デッカー、相手は NBA 目線のチャレンジャーたち。議論が熱を帯びたところで最後に NBA のレジェンドシャック・オニールが降臨します。テーマは野球とバスケどっちが難しい、 MLB 優勝と NBA 優勝どっちが過酷など禁断のものばかり。そして大谷翔平はシャックより LA の象徴なのかの議題に対してシャック自ら語ります。あの俺様キャラのシャックが大谷選手に対して思わず本音がこぼれる驚きの展開が待っています。ということで今回は全米で話題のスポーツ番組ランチボックスから禁断の MLBVS NBA トークバトルを日本語字幕付きで紹介します。いやー、年明け早々胸が熱くなりました。
I mean, I'm not disagreeing that the skills that is basketball is not impressive. It's athleticism. But if we're talking about athleticism, currently I would say the best athlete in Major League Baseball, well-rounded athlete, would be probably Mookie Betts. He's a guy that can do absolutely everything, both on and off the field. So much so that he goes out and bowls 300 games. He goes out and does wide receiver routes, and it looks better than any wide receiver in the NFL. It's insane what he can do.
I believe we'll see another Mike Trout, another Aaron Judge. We're gonna see another Ohtani before we see another LeBron James.
Ohtani.
Before we see another LeBron
We've
James.
never seen an Ohtani. We've already seen a LeBron James.
No, we
Michael
have not.
Jordan is better than him.
No.
Period. Stop.
No. We're not
that's
gonna
all
see
you
another
just did
LeBron
was prove
James.
to me what age you are. If you're sitting here saying
we're not gonna
LeBron
see
James is better than Michael Jordan,
I got him.
insane.
We're not gonna see another LeBron James for another 57
We have
years.
a better one now. SGA will top
No.
LeBron James in a few years. Just wait for it. And he doesn't even need to play in the fourth quarter.
Got him.
Shacklicious XL gummies for the winner.
He's your answer.
You won.
Baseball demands more overall athleticism than basketball ever has.
Man, that just sounds wrong coming out your mouth. Like,
Okay, explain why.
Because one, basketball, you have to go up and down the court, obviously, for 40 minutes. So you have to be in shape.
3 breaks in between.
Unlike baseball, you have to, whatever position you play, you're standing there, you're stagnant, you're not moving around a lot. Basketball, you got to make some big plays. So,
Yes.
Let's say your fourth quarter, you got to use your bunnies to get a little dunk. I don't even think baseball players can touch the net.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
This sounds like a fundamental misunderstanding of what the athleticism in baseball actually entails, because the baseball athleticism that actually entails, every baseball player has to be a full-on athlete. So I'm going to give you the example of why. At this point, players aren't specialized by position anymore. You hear the phrase, hey, I'm a third baseman. Hey, I'm a shortstop. No one's a shortstop anymore. No one's a third baseman anymore. Everyone has to play every single position. I know I already used him as an example, but I'm going to use him again. Mookie Betts was an all-star right fielder, a Gold Glove center fielder, and he's the best shortstop in Major League Baseball, having not played it since he was in high school, and he's now played it for the last 2 years and won 2 World Series in that time. Everyone has to play every single position to the point, so much so that the best baseball player right now, and maybe of all time, Shohei Ohtani, who's currently playing, is not just playing 2 separate positions. He's playing the 2 positions that are impossible, and I'm not saying improbable, impossible in today's day and age to do at the same time. And I also have to say this, I understand that baseball uniforms are a little bit baggy. There's not a single baseball player out there, with the exception of a couple that aren't absolutely jacked.
Yeah. Ohtani's tough. You think Braun could play small forward and center?
Just saying.
For the
That
whole
would be
season?
like Shaq playing center with the shooting ability of Steph Curry.
What basketball player you think could play 2 positions and be the best at
And
it?
be the best at both.
I can name you one player that could play the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Let's hear it.
He's been playing it for 20 years. He goes by LeBron James. He's the best athlete that we've all ever seen.
I got some bad news for you. He's not the best athlete even in Los Angeles right now. And right now, he's not even the best athlete on his team.
That's crazy. He's in year 23 doing stuff.
I didn't
that
say what
nobody's-
he's doing is not impressive. It's absolutely astonishing that LeBron James is playing in this far into his career. He is an anomaly. He is something very, very different. However, he cannot do what Shohei Ohtani has been doing for these last 5 years in Major League Baseball.
So do you think Shohei Ohtani can play 23 years of baseball basketball, doing the same thing that he was doing when he first started.
He started 5 years already in Japan, and now he's at 6 or 7 years here in the United States, and his contract runs for another 8 years. Contractually, yes, he will get to nearly 20 years doing exactly what he's doing now. Now, can he continue sustaining the pitching? We don't know. You know why we don't know? Because we've never seen this in 150 years of Major League Baseball.
I mean, I guess only time can tell.
You are right.
You know, LeBron James, he's shown it for 20 years straight. And his athleticism, you know, his regimen on and off the court for 20 years straight, I think that's peak athleticism right there.
It's incredible.
But you got to think, right? Basketball has gone ISO completely. Like, I'm thinking on the basketball court, I'm watching the basketball games, Shay's dribbling the ball, everybody's 5 out, and you kind of running, playing defense, going 70 speed. I don't see nobody diving and jumping like Dennis Rodman. It's not Dennis Rodman. Throwing that baseball, 190 miles per hour? What did that do to your shoulder?
A lot. I'll tell you right now. Right now, I'm retired. I wasn't even a pitcher. I have a torn labrum. I have a torn rotator cuff. I have a torn UCL. Everything in me is broken, and I didn't pitch a single inning in my entire career. The injuries that they got to go through. And I know you guys keep looking at this saying Major League Baseball, well, you guys are standing around. There's constant movement. You actually have to pay a little closer attention.
More constant movement than an NBA
It's a
game?
different type of constant movement. Now, the type of movement you're seeing in the NBA is constant at a certain speed, back and forth, where Major League Baseball, it's constant movement at all times, then to rapid speeds. Take something along the lines of something very simple like stealing a base from first to second base. That is going to take the runner roughly about 2.3 seconds to get from first base to second base. That has also added pressure to the catcher, who has roughly 2 seconds to get the ball from the pop time to his glove to the second baseman's glove. That means the pitcher has to get the ball from the moment that his foot lifts from the ground to that catcher's hand in less than 1.1 seconds. That is from no movement to rapid, unsustainable movement like that.
All right, so question for baseball. What's the most athletic thing a baseball player could do on a baseball field?
Honestly, I go back and forth on that, but I honestly think the most athletic thing a guy can do is something as simple as swinging a baseball bat. So much movement that actually needs to be done, so much skill that needs to be done. You have to do linear movements along with rotational movements and be able to have the ability to constantly control every single aspect of that. It's incredibly difficult. Also, on top of that, you have that pitcher up there who's sitting anywhere between 95 to 100 miles per hour. I retired in 2019. Average speed in Major League Baseball has gone up 2 full miles per hour since I retired. I didn't retire that long ago. It's crazy how the game is changing, how the athleticism is changing, and now that they've actually sped up the game with the pitch clock, the game's gotten up exponentially faster. Where we used to play games at 3 hours and 20 minutes, we're playing them in 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's a different game, and it's a game built around speed.
Damn.
I don't know.
Damn.
Just like you said, back to the stealing the bases, that could be compared to, you know, steal in basketball, fourth quarter, you know, but there's 20 seconds left.
So basketball, what's the most athletic thing on the basketball court? What's the most athletic thing you think a player?
Dunking the basketball.
So you think dunking the ball is harder than hitting a home run? Nah, you gotta be out of your mind, man. You gotta be out of it. It can't be. I might go baseball on this one. I ain't gonna lie. This one might have been a dog walk. I think I gotta go baseball. I gotta go baseball on this one. I have to go baseball. I gotta go baseball on this one. I don't even think you can argue this one for too long, though. I played MLB for the first time not too long ago, and I'll tell you, baseball is a lot harder than we think. Hey, I can't even time it. I can't time nothing. First question. Hitting 100 miles per hour is harder than guarding Shaq in the paint for a play. Oh, no, this is my buzzer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah, I apologize.
Okay. Who want to start?
Say it again.
Hitting 100 miles per hour is harder than guarding Shaq in the paint for a play.
First of all, I'm known as the Black Babe Ruth in baseball. So hitting a 100-mile fastball is easy to me.
Interesting.
Guarding me is impossible.
I will make the argument that Babe Ruth never saw a pitch faster than 82 miles per hour in his entire career because no one threw 100 miles per hour until the last 20 years.
I will make the argument that statement is not correct because the thingamajiggy was...
Radar gun?
Radar gun was invented after Babe Ruth.
That is true.
So.
Oh. But then again, when the radar gun was invented, no one touched 100 miles per hour till the 90s.
That's not true either.
Well, it was Nolan Ryan, I believe, was the first one to really kind of do it.
Okay, but your statement was no one threw 100 miles per hour. There are non-professionals that throw 100 miles an hour, but they don't make it to the MLB.
I never saw that.
Guys, we stop it. We do 30 seconds for each side.
No, we're not doing 30 seconds. We're doing different. Keep it going, bro. content, buddy.
Whew. So what? No radar gun, Babe Ruth. So somebody could have been throwing 110 that we never known.
Yeah, but I would assume that maybe we would have known a Major League Baseball player threw 100 miles per hour at some point.
Don't make me pull out my phone for the Guinness Book of World Records and see the fastest pitch. And I guarantee you it's not an MLB player.
Not an MLB player. Well, the fastest pitch that I can actually think of right out the gate right now, I would say was, let's say Jordan Hicks throwing about, I think, 104. It might have been Aroldis Chapman, around 104 to 105. I don't know of anyone else throwing a baseball harder, specifically 60 feet 6 inches.
And Shaq, how many people you know that guarded you? How many people you feel like can stop you throughout your lifetime?
That's my point. We just spent 2 minutes on talking about baseball. You haven't said anything about Shaq. I win.
You know what? I gotta go Shaq on that. I gotta go Shaq on the first one.
Are you not entertained?
Shaq on the first one.
Are you not entertained?
Okay. Sheesh. Damn, I should have won baseball. Ohtani is a bigger LA sports icon than Shaq. But who's starting that?
I'll start it. Breaks my heart to say this directly to your face because I'm from Los Angeles, born and raised in Santa Monica. I cried when you left the Lakers. Shohei Ohtani, what he is doing right now, will never be done in any sport ever again. It is astonishing what he's accomplishing right now. Granted, he hasn't gotten to the 3rd championship in a row, but he's getting that opportunity this next upcoming year. And also, he's got 7 more years on that incredible contract on top of that. I don't see this team winning 1 more championship. This is a team that's going to win a couple more championships. You are one of the greatest LA icons of all time, unquestionably. Every statue that's been erected of you deserves to be there, and it should be twice the size. That being said, Shohei Ohtani is going to have skyscrapers built after that, man, because what he is accomplishing in the game of Major League Baseball has never been done in 150 years.
30 seconds. Shaq, your turn.
I hate to say it, but he's correct.
Okay, so that
One reason only. There's a lot of people in Japan.
There are. That is factual.
There's a lot of people in Japan. I remember dominating the All-Star votes, and then when Yao Ming came, I would have to come off the bench. Why? Because China has a lot of people. But everything he said about that gentleman is correct, and Japan has a lot of people, so.
On that one, we're going to go baseball. Woo, okay. We tied.
Sudden death.
And now we tied 1-0. Next.
This is where you go down.
Next man wins, man. Woo.
Let's do it.
Woo. Winning a World Series is tougher than winning an NBA final. Woo.
162 games, a season that takes forever, and a playoff, which, by the way, a playoff that has roughly the exact same amount of games as the NBA. However, they get it done in a 1-month period of time as opposed to the NBA's 2-month-long period of time. Also, the difference in the leagues right now between the Eastern and Western Conference is just staggeringly different. And frankly, everything goes through the Los Angeles Dodgers right now. So frankly, to win a World Series, you have to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers, and this team ain't losing one anytime soon.
Oh, time.
What's the question? Is it easier or harder?
Winning a World Series is tougher than winning an NBA final.
It's one word that I'm going to throw out, which is going to make me the winner. Rest. NBA Finals, there's no rest. Yeah, you can play 162 games, but I've seen games where people just stand in the outfield and not do anything, which means rest. So if you got a lot of rest, it's easier to win. It's harder to win an NBA championship when you're running and gunning and slam dunking.
Choose my winner. All right, and the winner is, drumroll, Shaq. Go to Shaq Delicious XL.
Open them up.
いやー、いかがでしたでしょうか。シャック本人の言いたくないけどの後の本音、あれが LA 現地スポーツファンの温度感そのものだなと感じました。そして何より MLB 側の熱い意見を聞いていると、大谷選手がスポーツ全体の中での野球の立ち位置を確実に押し上げている、そんなことを改めて実感できる回でした。 MLB を語る上でももう大谷は欠かせない存在というか、 NBA 側も思わず認めざるを得ない偉業で話題の中心に引き寄せる引力があるんですよね。ということで今回はアメリカで盛り上がった野球 vs バスケ議論を追いかけてみたら、結果的に大谷の現地での解像度がぐっと上がる回になりました。2026年も大谷選手とドジャース そして皆さんにとって素敵な1年になる気がします。最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。ゴータイ TV は大谷翔平選手とドジャースを全力で応援していきます。2026年もチャンネル登録、コメント、高評価よろしくお願いします。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。今年もよろしくお願いします。